Do you want to create a living space that is simple, peaceful, and harmonious? Do you want to experience a lifestyle that is mindful, balanced, and connected to nature? If so, you may want to consider creating a Zen living space with a nature garden. Hello, welcome to Breaking Sign, where we bring you the latest in architecture innovation. Today, discover how minimalist design, natural elements, functional spaces, and mindful decor can harmonize to foster mindfulness and serenity in your home. Let's embark on this journey together towards a more peaceful and connected way of living. A Zen living space with a nature garden is a type of living space that combines minimalist design, natural elements, functional spaces, natural light and ventilation, mindful decor, seamless integration of indoor and outdoor spaces, Zen garden elements, and water features, to create a warm and inviting environment that fosters mindfulness and serenity. In this article, we will show you how to create a Zen living space with a nature garden, and what features and characteristics you need to include to achieve harmony and serenity in your home. Minimalist design harmony. The first step to creating a Zen living space with a nature garden is to adopt a minimalist design harmony, which favors uncluttered spaces that allow the mind to find peace. Minimalist design harmony can help you create an environment of simplicity and tranquility, as well as enhance the natural beauty of the materials and the environment. To achieve minimalist design harmony, you need to use clean lines, neutral colors, and purposeful placement of furnishings in your living space. Clean lines create a sense of order and clarity, neutral colors create a sense of harmony and elegance, and purposeful placement of furnishings create a sense of functionality and intention. You also need to avoid any unnecessary or excessive items, ornaments, or details, and keep only the essentials that serve a purpose or bring you joy. The natural elements. The next step to creating a Zen living space with a nature garden is to use natural elements, such as wood, stone, and bamboo, to establish a connection with the earth. Natural elements not only contribute to the aesthetic appeal of the living space, but also embody a harmonious coexistence with the environment. Natural elements can also create a sense of warmth and texture in the living space, as well as showcase their inherent beauty and character. To use natural elements in your living space, you can choose furniture, flooring, walls, or accessories that are made of wood, stone, or bamboo, or that have natural finishes or patterns. You can also mix and match different natural elements to create contrast and variety. The functional spaces. The third step to creating a Zen living space with a nature garden is to prioritize functional spaces with clear purposes, eliminating unnecessary distractions. Functional spaces are spaces that are designed to enhance daily rituals and activities with a sense of purpose and order. Functional spaces can also create a sense of sanctuary and comfort in the living space, as well as promote a sense of mindfulness and focus. To create functional spaces in your living space, you need to designate areas for different functions, such as sleeping, working, relaxing, or dining, and ensure that each area has its own identity and function. You also need to use furniture, accessories, and lighting that are suitable and comfortable for each function, and avoid any items or elements that are irrelevant or distracting. Natural light and ventilation. The fourth step to creating a Zen living space with a nature garden is to enhance natural light and ventilation in the living space, creating a fresh, inviting atmosphere that promotes well-being. Natural light and ventilation can not only contribute to the overall aesthetic of the living space, but also improve your mood, energy, and productivity. Natural light and ventilation can also help you reduce your reliance on artificial lighting and cooling systems, which can save you money, energy, and resources. To enhance natural light and ventilation in your living space, you need to have large windows that allow ample sunlight and fresh air to enter the space. You also need to use light and sheer curtains or blinds that do not block the light or the airflow, and avoid placing any bulky or dark furniture or accessories near the windows. You can also use open layouts and strategic use of airflow to create a sense of spaciousness and continuity in the living space, as well as to circulate the air and regulate the temperature. The mindful decor. The fifth step to creating a Zen living space with a nature garden is to use mindful decor in the living space, fostering an atmosphere of mindfulness and serenity. Mindful decor is decor that reflects functionality, aesthetics, and a deliberate intention to create a peaceful and harmonious environment. Mindful decor can also help you express your personality and taste, as well as create some focal points and contrast in the living space. To use mindful decor in your living space, you need to ensure that every item serves a purpose, whether it is practical, beautiful, or meaningful. You also need to choose items that match your color scheme and style, and that enhance your mood and well-being. Seamless integration of spaces. The sixth step to creating a Zen living space with a nature garden is to seamlessly integrate the indoor and outdoor spaces, creating a fluid transition between the two. Seamless integration of indoor and outdoor spaces can create a sense of connection and continuity between the living space and the nature garden, as well as extend the usable space and allow you to enjoy the best of both worlds. To seamlessly integrate the indoor and outdoor spaces, you need to have large windows and doors that allow for uninterrupted views, bringing the serenity of the outdoors inside and vice versa. You also need to use similar or complementary materials, colors, and styles for both spaces, to create a sense of harmony and coherence. Zen garden elements. The seventh step to creating a Zen living space with a nature garden is to incorporate Zen garden elements in the nature garden, transitioning from the indoors to the outdoors. Zen garden elements are elements that evoke a sense of contemplation and tranquility, mirroring the principles applied within the living space. Zen garden elements can include carefully raked gravel, strategically placed rocks, and symbolic patterns, which create a sense of order and simplicity in the nature garden. To incorporate Zen garden elements in your nature garden, you need to choose a suitable location and size for your Zen garden, and ensure that it is visible and accessible from the living space. You also need to use gravel, rocks, and other elements that match the color and style of your living space, and arrange them in a way that creates balance and harmony. The water features. The final step to creating a Zen living space with a nature garden is to add water features as meditative focal points in the nature garden, encouraging a connection with the present moment. Water features, such as ponds or gently flowing streams, can create a soothing sound and a reflective quality in the nature garden, contributing to the overall Zen ambience. Water features can also attract wildlife, such as birds, fish, or frogs, adding some life and movement to the nature garden. To add water features as meditative focal points in your nature garden, you need to choose a suitable location and size for your water feature, and ensure that it is visible and audible from the living space. You also need to use materials, plants, and accessories that complement the water feature, and maintain it regularly to keep it clean and healthy. Conclusion. As you can see, creating a Zen living space with a nature garden is not only possible, but also beneficial for your well-being and your environment. A Zen living space with a nature garden can help you create a warm and inviting environment that fosters mindfulness and serenity, as well as a connection with nature and yourself. By following these steps and tips, you can create a Zen living space with a nature garden that suits your needs and preferences, and that you love. Well, thanks for joining us today on Breaking Sign. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more exciting architecture insights. Until next time, keep creative idea running.